When the judge is certain, either by her own confession, or by the evidence of the facts, or by the legitimate testimony of witnesses, that she is infected with the heresy of witchcraft, then he shall proceed to question her with due caution and not too hastily, lest he should be deceived by any flightiness or trickery on her part. And lest he should be deceived by a false denial, he should observe the following rule. If she confesses willingly, the trial shall be continued in due form as we shall show. But if she does not confess, let him proceed to question her, not in an open manner, but in such a way that she may be induced to confess. And if, after being exposed to this pressure, she still maintains her denial, he shall, applying the proper methods, subject her to extreme torture and the final question, the reason for which is as follows. It is better that a witch should suffer all the tortures of this world than that she should escape free to inflict greater tortures upon innumerable souls to their eternal destruction. This text comes from the Malleus Maleficarum, or Hammer of the Witches, one of the most evil books ever written. This book led to the torture and execution of tens of thousands of innocent people, most of whom were women. Written by Heinrich Kramer, an inquisitor of the Catholic Church, and published in 1487, the Malleus Maleficarum was a comprehensive guide on witchcraft. Though co-attributed to Jacob Sprenger, his involvement remains debated among scholars. Who was Heinrich Kramer, and what led to him writing this evil book? Heinrich Kramer, also known as Henricus Institoris, was born around 1430 in the town of Schlettstadt in Alsace, then part of the Holy Roman Empire, now Célestat, France. Little is known about his early life and family background. Kramer joined the Dominican order, a Catholic religious order known for its scholarly pursuits and involvement in the Inquisition. His education within the order focused on theology and canonical law, areas where he would later become influential. By 1474, Kramer had risen to the position of inquisitor for the regions of Tyrol, Salzburg, Bohemia, and Moravia. His role was to investigate and prosecute cases of heresy, which increasingly included accusations of witchcraft. In 1485, Kramer conducted a witch trial in Innsbruck, Tyrol. Among the accused was Helena Schüberin, who openly challenged Kramer's authority and methods. The trial did not go as Kramer had hoped. The local authorities and the bishop were skeptical of his intense focus on witchcraft. Helena Schüberin and the other accused women were acquitted, which was a significant blow to Kramer's credibility and authority. Helena Schüberin's defiance sparked anger in Kramer. Her case exemplified the challenges he faced in prosecuting alleged witches and likely motivated him to write the Malleus Maleficarum. The book became a foundational text in the history of witch hunts, illustrating Kramer's determination to overcome the skepticism and opposition he encountered during his inquisitorial work. After the publication of the Malleus Maleficarum, Kramer continued his work as an inquisitor, though his later life is not well documented. He remained a fervent advocate for the prosecution of witches until his death in 1505. His legacy, largely defined by the Malleus Maleficarum, is one of infamy. During the late 15th century, Europe was a continent gripped by fear and superstition. The Church sought to reaffirm its power and control, particularly against perceived heresies. In 1484, Pope Innocent VIII issued the papal bull Summis Desiderantes Affectibus, which granted Kramer authority to prosecute witches. The Malleus Maleficarum was Kramer's response, aiming to provide a rigorous framework for identifying, prosecuting, and punishing witches. The book is divided into 3 parts. The first part discusses the existence and dangers of witchcraft, asserting that it is a real and present threat. The second part details methods for identifying witches, including signs and evidence of witchcraft. The third part provides guidelines for the legal prosecution of witches, recommending severe punishments. The Malleus Maleficarum is notorious for its deep-seated misogyny. It claims women are more susceptible to witchcraft due to their supposed moral and physical weaknesses. This perspective fueled a gendered persecution, with the majority of accused and executed witches being women. The book justified and normalized the use of torture to extract confessions, leading to widespread brutality. Thanks to the advent of the printing press, the Malleus Maleficarum was widely distributed and became a bestseller. It was used by both ecclesiastical and secular courts across Europe. The book's influence extended well beyond the Catholic Church, affecting Protestant regions as well. It became a cornerstone text for witch hunters and inquisitors. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, tens of thousands of people, predominantly women, were executed for witchcraft. The Malleus Maleficarum played a pivotal role in these persecutions. Its guidelines were followed to the letter, resulting in widespread fear, hysteria, and injustice. The societal impact was profound, with communities torn apart by accusations and paranoia. By the 18th century, the Age of Enlightenment brought a decline in witch hunts as rationality and scientific thought began to challenge superstitions. However, the legacy of the Malleus Maleficarum remains. It serves as a historical reminder of the dangers of fanaticism, the misuse of religious authority, and the persecution of marginalized groups.